Kids Play 1. What's good, everybody? I'm Dad Mishima from Dad and Kids Play 1, and here are the 6 unique things about X-Men Children of the Atom. Number 1, it is the first in the Versus series. So, the game came out back in late December of 1994. I didn't really get the chance to play it until the next year. Back then, we had an arcade spot called Aladdin's Castle, and it was there when I first saw the game. So when I first laid eyes upon this jewel, I was highly impressed. The visuals, the animations, along with the massive sprites were all quite stunning. The colors were vivid, and I loved every bit of it. With Capcom's Q sound combined with the amazing graphics, my mind was blown. I'm definitely glad I got the chance to play it, and when the game came home on the Sega Saturn, I was all over it. Number 2, you can make your own combos. X-Men Children of the Atom combo system was brutal but raw. This game doesn't have an aerial raid system, and it isn't refined like the later games such as Marvel Superheroes. But one great thing about this game, you're only limited to your imagination when it comes to doing combos. Now, you could still do air combos, but honestly, this game was broken and very unbalanced. And with me saying that, I enjoyed every second of it. Number 3, you can attack fallen opponents. So yeah, if you get knocked down in this game, or if you don't take hit when you're supposed to, you will be left wide open. In a fighting game, getting knocked down usually means you have a few seconds to think about what your next move is going to be. Or maybe you want to do a wake up when your opponent is standing over you. Sorry to tell you, that's not happening in this game. For every moment that your character is laying there, you will be susceptible to sweeps, and some characters can even lift you from the ground, then proceed to toss you across the screen. Even though the trade-off of using tech hit drains your X meter, I say it's worth it, since you don't want to be constantly wailed on. Number 4, Juggernaut was a great sub-boss. So fighting Juggernaut in Children of the Atom is fun. To be honest, he wasn't a difficult boss, but if you get caught with a head crush, then it's game over. Sometimes he will get in a pattern of spamming earthquakes, which will melt your health if you're reckless. Now, in this game, Jugs didn't have the Juggernaut punch, but he still had that double punch move. Combine that with his power up ability, and you have a recipe for disaster. I love the size of the character, and looking back on that, I believe that was one of the things that drew me. Juggernaut's sprite size was amazing, and it looked as if he took up half the screen. Also, he could grab a metal beam at any time, then smack you across the head if you're not careful. I love fighting Juggernaut with Colossus, then lifting him up from a fallen position just so I could power drive him again. Those were the days. Number 5, Magneto Sucked as a boss and is broken. So let me tell you something about Atom's Magneto. Magneto is heavily broken in this game. First of all, his X meter builds by itself automatically. He doesn't have to fight, he doesn't have to attack you, he can remain idle while doing his Bruce Lee movements, and his X meter will build on his own. To add insult to injury, all of his basic attacks cause massive damage, and he has great speed to boot. Magneto is probably the fastest character in the game. As far as his move list goes, Magneto moves are insanely broken, and to top it all off, he has the unfair advantage of using his magnetic shield, which will make him impervious to attacks. Once he does this, he can hit you, but you can't hit him until the move runs out. So yeah, this character is busted and is very OP. I get PTSD thinking about all the L's I took from facing this guy. So, screw you, Magneto. Number 6, Akuma was a secret character. I'm not going to lie. When I was younger, I used to love the fact that Akuma made it into the game. But looking at it now, I have to ask the question, Capcom, why didn't you make another sprite for the game? He looks like he was ripped right out of Super Turbo and was tossed in without a second thought. Gameplay wise, Akuma doesn't fit the style of the game. The Tatsu felt too loose to me, but his black flaming dragon punch was cool. Although, I have to say, with him in the game was a hint on the things to come in the future. Also, I believe this was the only game that Akuma had a special parry move. Visually, I wish Capcom would have at least used a sprite from Street Fighter Alpha, but that game wasn't out at the time. Alright everyone, that was the 6 unique things about X-Men Children of the Atom. Hopefully this version of the video is better. If you like these styles of videos, then consider giving it a like and subscribe. Anyways, I'm Dad Mishima from Dad and Kids Play 1. See you next video.